was NBC, right? Yeah.
Yep, NBC.
Man. Mm-hmm.
Come on in here, y'all. 5-0.
Crazy, bro.
5-0.
Crazy.
Look at us. Look at us. Who would have fought?
Yo.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to yet another edition of the Broad Street Aftermath with your boy, Mizzy Mez, Cool Cat Con YouTube representing the Birds. Smitty is on his way, but we got my guy, King DV. What up, King?
Hey, what's going on, everybody, man? We 5-0, man. 5-0 for the Spanish people.
Exactly. In other words, y'all, we got ourselves another... Right. So before we let y'all know how we feel, play our beautiful song first.
Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles, fly, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Yes, sir.
So let's go ahead and let's talk about it. Smitty will be on his way, y'all. So the Philadelphia Eagles defeat the LA Rams 23-14. King, what's your initial thoughts to the game?
Initial thoughts is basically, the offense was clicking. Yes, I know Smitty didn't get, his just due of his touches either, but I'm happy to see Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert actually, came alive and they made some plays for him actually this time. They didn't abandon the run wholeheartedly. And they did too many design runs though for Jalen Hurts. But when Jalen Hurts needed to run, he made plays. AJ Brown, man, like the one hand catch, just AJ Brown is ridiculous, man. He's a great receiver, and we happy to have him. Sua Opeta, man, shout out to Sua Opeta, stood his ground, man. Did y'all hear that Aaron Donald didn't have one sack, had one pass rush? What, like, yo, if you would have told me that we would have got out the game with him not even touching Hurts, I would have called you a liar. And our offensive line protected that boy, protected him well to the point where he had time in the pocket, except for certain times that he had to escape. But mind y'all, we had multiple 8-minute drives in the game. So a lot of people saying that, Jalen Hurts had to escape. No, these guys got tired because it's like we're holding these guys for 8 straight minutes because we was controlling the clock. That was my keys to victory: control the clock, don't get away for the run, and on offense. I mean, And then also Dallas Goddard. Dallas Goddard had to go off because the middle of the field would have been wide open because they're thinking about rushing Jalen Hurts. And all three of those things happened, and we prevailed on all three of those things. Only thing that I didn't like I said off camera, is that Jalen Hurts forced that to AJ Brown, and Witherspoon made a hell of a interception. So, with that being said, man, I'm just happy we 5-0. I'm gonna get on the defense a little bit later. I'm trying to give it time, but I'm just happy we 5-0. We can sit up there and just peacefully watch this 8:20 game.
Exactly. We'll find out what happens in that game soon. But for me, I'm with you. Jalen Freaking done it again. A 300-yard passing game, a touchdown. Witherspoon, salute to you, man. Witherspoon, he overthrew AJ Brown for that pick. So it is what it is. He got 6 touchdowns and 4 picks. Okay, it is what it is. But he got the job done. Salute to Jalen Freaking Hurts. That was a beautiful game plan from him and Brian Johnson. I expect more from that, Brian. Don't rip that game plan up. Keep it, because you're going to need it in a couple of weeks. AJ Brown, I freaking love you. Did y'all see that one-handed catch from AJ Brown? Oh, I wish I could show y'all on here without getting copyrighted. Did y'all see that one-handed catch from AJ Brown? I freaking love you, man. Dallas Goedert, you play like a dang beast. We got to get now. Devontae Smith didn't get the ball. It wasn't his game, but it is what it is. Swift, I love you. Listen, the offense clicked. Aaron Donald didn't even sniff Jalen Hurts. Didn't even sniff him. Salute to Jason Kelsey, by the way. He got when he speaks, the Nick Sirianni listen, because he was mad on the sideline.
He was mad. He was mad at him and Stoutland, man. And another thing, one more thing. The only downfall to the Eagles offense today was red zone percentage.
Yeah, yep.
We got two scores in the red zone, but we were like 2 for 5.
Right.
About 2 for 5. I didn't like that. We called dumb plays. Brian Johnson got to get way better with that. We need to strike when we need to strike, man. Our defense, came alive in the second half, man. And I was just happy to see that. But, it wasn't looking good in the first for our defense, and we needed to score as many points as possible. If we shouldn't have been 2 for 5, but that's due to play calling and, quarterback draw. Why don't you run the ball there? You ran it with Jalen Hurts, whereas though I understand you want to keep the clock running, but that should have been handed off to a Swift or a Gainwell. And I'm just happy, and that's another thing. I'm happy that they were swapping them out this game. Last couple games, they were basically having Swift play the first half, the bulk of the first half, and then having Gainwell in the second half, and that became a little bit predictable. Whereas now you got both of them running. That's all I called for, and it happened today. The only thing that I didn't like was the forced interception where Hurts underthrew what you call him, AJ Brown, and then also the red zone calling, play calling. Besides that, I think offense did a great job. Defense was stressing me the hell out, but in the first half, the second half they got it together because you didn't really hear too much from Puka, Nacua, or Cooper Kupp in the second half. So that's basically where I was at with it. Then my guy Jalen Carter got 2 sacks, and then the seal the deal, Hassan Reddick got 2 sacks. Temple's own Hassan Reddick got 2 sacks, and basically, we already knew we was going to be able to hit home. It was just the matter of when, and what better time than close to the end of the game, and then also just to close it out by Hassan Reddick was crazy.
Yep,
yes, Smitty. We still Miss Ash.
Huh?
Yeah, Smitty here. No, I was talking to Miss Ash. Miss Ash, yeah, we still got room for improvement, but we still undefeated, man. We got multiple ways to win. Overall, but some things that you're going to nitpick about because it's a consistency in it. Whereas though that red zone offense, the play calling was horrific. Didn't like that. And then also, Jalen Hurts just forcing things,
That's my
and I felt
quarterback,
like
man.
he was just getting in his own way because he
Right.
could have had a perfect game, and he was just getting in his own way. He was missing reads, still, but at the end of the day, a win is a win. We got 5-0, and we're going to get to more detail on what we need to work on, and then also how did we get here to 5-0.
Exactly. What up, Smitty? Smitty? Smitty?
What's good? What's good with y'all, man? How y'all doing tonight?
We're doing good. Go ahead. What's your thoughts on the Philadelphia Eagles defeating the Rams?
Am I lagging?
Yeah,
You ain't no more.
It was a good game, man, but the same. My shit lagging. My
it's
shit
like,
lagging. Hold on, I'm gonna be right back. My shit.
All right.
yeah.
Hold on this shit now.
But yeah,
Go ahead, King.
I think that we really just need to shape up. We really need to shape up. We really need to address our weaknesses. When I mean address our weaknesses, man, we need to address the middle of the field. We got to address the middle of the field, man. Our secondary looked old and depleted in at most of the game, and I didn't like that at all. That we was worried about the middle of the field, and then Slade gets beat by Cooper Kupp, and he held him and still got beat, and then James Bradbury gives us a touchdown to Puka Nacua. Like, I'm sitting here like, yo, these supposed to be our guys. This is who we paid, and they're allowing this. So I'm just happy that they were able
Is
to
the
come
lag
up
gone?
with 14
Is the
points.
lag gone?
Yeah.
The lag gone.
All right, how y'all fellas doing tonight?
We're doing good.
Come on.
Talk about it, King. Talk about it. Smitty.
Okay. So my first problem, outside of what I heard DV say, my shit was lagging. I did hear him say Jalen Hurts was forcing. I seen a little bit different than what DV seen.
Go ahead.
I felt like he had reads where he wanted to make plays, and our offensive line, Sayamalu in particular, Sua Opeta in particular, was giving up a lot of pressure in the middle. If you notice, my quarterback scrambled a lot of times to the right trying to find plays. But I am very upset that he missed Quez Watkins. But I see somebody on your thing, DV, said that they didn't believe he would have caught it.
I tweeted that. Bro. I said, yo, but would he record it though? Like that's the question.
But nah, for real,
He was wide open.
I didn't like the first half, but I like what I seen out of Sean Desai in the second half. He actually said, look, we can't let this dude do the same play 7 times in a row, complete 6 of them, and go down the field for a touchdown. That man ran that little stutter slant 7 times in a row, bro. I'm like, what? Like, we gonna do something? And I like the fact that he wasn't scared to put Eli Ricks in, Mario Goodrich in. He put Josh Jobe in. He did not hesitate to make a change if you felt like it was. And he put Roby in. He put Roby in the third quarter. Like, I really appreciate Sean Desai for making some adjustment, because guess what? Your boy Jonathan G would have got burnt all night, and he would have left it just like that. So I do like what Sean Desai did. Red zone offense, 2 for 5 is not particularly going to win you a game, but I'm glad we got out of here with a win. And I got a stat for y'all. We are the first team ever in NFL history to come off of a Super Bowl loss and win the first 5 games.
Ooh.
First
Say
one
it
ever.
again for all the people in the back. Say it again.
We are the first team to come off a Super Bowl loss and win the first 5 games. Nobody else has done it.
Facts.
We are the first team. Jalen Hurts is the first quarterback in NFL history to go 22-1 in his first 23 starts.
Man. That's a great accomplishment.
We could be a little upset, and we could want improvement. I understand. Everything has to come because you have to get better. But I appreciate what we're going through right now. Because a few years ago, we thought that 4-12 was going to be our history, DV.
Look. It's not even like more so that because I looked at the whole game entirely, and when I look at game, I look at it in depth, and I like the fact that we were emotional on the sideline. I like the fact when we made mistakes, we questioned stuff, because it seems like they on the standards timeline too. And yes, we're winning the game, like the Quez Watkins situation when he ran into who Smitty was blocking, and he was supposed to run right up. He was supposed to run up, and
Scary.
he could have got the first down. Right. Number one. Number two, Jason Kelce was able to talk to Nick Sirianni and Stoutland on the sideline and he was screaming at the line because he's waiting for them to line up.
I got a question for both of y'all real quick.
So
Go ahead.
hold on.
Right.
So
I want you to add this in, DV. You remember
go
a few months ago when I asked y'all one question, I said, would y'all pay Swift? Y'all said no. Do y'all want to pay him now?
Absolutely, I would. I mean, what other running backs out there?
Listen, it's dependent on the exit price. That's what it's for.
Look, if you keep waiting, the price doing this. It's steady rising. Every time you have 100 yards, 112, 140, the price going up. Just saying. We're going to end up giving this man CMC numbers if we want to keep him. We end up giving him 12. We're going to end up giving him 10 to 13 if we want to keep him.
He's nice. Now, hear me out. He's nice, and he's way better than what we had in Miles Sanders. I think that because they're using him as a dual threat. They didn't really use Miles Sanders that much while he was here as a dual threat. But he won't get CMC numbers, man. CMC is a damn game changer.
What do you think he's doing right now for us, bro?
With that offensive line.
No. It was times where there was no hole. This man, boop, 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 let me get 4. Boop, boop, let me get 3. Oh, let me cut outside and get 8. Like that man was going crazy with no room sometimes. Now, sometimes the holes was big as Mack trucks. So you can't, those holes gonna be there. But some of them, he had to squeeze through. Listen, I told you in the offseason, I would have offered him the same thing Miles got with Carolina. He ain't gonna take that now. That man on trajectory to have like 2,000 all-purpose yards.
If it keeps going this route, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Trajectory. Like anything can happen, But when we know how he is with running backs. We need to. If I was him, I circle back right now. Let's talk some numbers real quick, dog. For you had this crazy season with us. Because I don't want to switch the league, dog. Hey, listen. That man is, bruh. That man did some things today, man. And anybody that keeps saying my quarterback ain't elite, he threw a pick, yeah. But he threw a pick in hopes of what was going to happen. He threw it short. We had got a previous penny on the same corner on the other side of the field. He thought he was going to run back through, but shit happens, man. You throw interceptions, but he shouldn't have threw it. It was covered. He was hoping for the pass interference. You can't do that when you're a quarterback. That's the truth.
Yep. So let's go ahead. King, you want to say something real quick?
So yeah, and they said it on a broadcast on why he did it, and I understood it, but at the same time, they wasn't going to call it twice. They wasn't going to call it twice.
If AJ had to fight back through him to get it, but AJ Brown momentum was carrying him so far that way he couldn't cut back, so the corner didn't have to really contact him to get to the ball. You know what I mean?
I know.
He was hoping he was trying to do back. So if AJ could have did a little comeback and came through him, and he would have hit him, like he probably would have got it, but he couldn't. He couldn't do it.
Yep.
He couldn't do it.
Yep.
So I don't like the use of Devontae Smith today either. Just to be honest.
Well, but everybody can't get the ball, bro. Everybody can't get the ball,
bro. This 3 weeks in a row. This ain't just one time. This 3 weeks in a row. This man had under 5 catches and under 70 yards. That's not okay, bro. That's not okay for you to feed AJ and not give Devontae Smith no looks. What is Brian Johnson doing, bro? You got to call someone this man can get some looks, bro. The man was disheveled in the game, but he was standing on the sideline like he didn't even want to check in. He didn't even want to get back on the field.
Right. But at the same time, what's working is what's working. You can't sit up there and just have everybody touch the ball.
DV. You didn't throw the ball for a whole half. You didn't even know.
He had some targets, but
it was one read, and it was AJ Brown and Dallas.
It's one ball. Bro, it's one ball that could go around, bro.
It's not cool, bro. I ain't gonna agree with you.
It was a game.
3 weeks in a row, bro.
It wasn't 3 weeks in a row, bro.
Look at the stats. 3 weeks in a row, he got under 70 yards. 3 weeks in a row.
He didn't have 70 yards against what you call him? Against what you call?
I think he had just 7 for 70. You gotta get
all I'm saying is this
too, bro. That's
all
not
I'm saying
cool.
is this. AJ Brown had a situation like that.
Dallas Goedert. We sat here advocated for Dallas Goedert, and now since AJ Brown had his tantrum, it's been all AJ and nobody else.
It's a mismatch. You got to go with that hot hand. You have to.
That's against everybody, but you got to get Devontae Smith involved too. You've been running them screens before. It wasn't none of them screens.
Listen,
cool.
So listen. So basically, Devontae Smith taking off the top or going off top. That the Rams
bro. They didn't even call it, bro. They didn't call none of that. He was running all comebacks and inside routes all day. The only go routes I seen was to AJ Brown, bro.
Yep.
Hey, man.
That's not fair, bro. Y'all want this man to be here for the long run. You think he gonna want to be here when all the balls going to AJ? When he got 700 yards at the end of the season? When he was 1,000-yard receiver last year? That's not cool. If he could
It's gonna be his game, so it's week 5.
Week 5, and he only had one game.
He's gonna get his. That's what I'm saying to you.
But you were just sitting here advocating for Dallas Goedert, saying he need to get his. I'm just saying the same thing you said last week when Dallas Goedert had 8 yards.
True, but I think this is like the first game that he didn't get his. No, he got targets.
All right, hold on. This is what I do. Hold on. Let me check Devontae Smith stats for the season.
He got probably like 200 yards altogether. 200 and something yards. 230.
22 receiving for 284 yards.
Almost 200 yards. And we still got what? 18 weeks? No, not 18.
I'm telling you what I'm seeing on the field, DV. He's not even looking that way, bro. He's not even looking that way, bro. He looking at Devontae and he throwing that thing.
Okay.
I don't like it. I just don't like the look, bro. I don't like the look. I didn't like it when Dallas Goedert wasn't involved, and I don't like it when Devontae Smith not involved. I just don't. I don't like our offense when it's like that.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get to the numbers for everybody. Jalen Hurts, as y'all can see here, was 25 of 38 for 303 yards and a touchdown, a pick, salute the Witherspoon, sack once, and a rate of 89.9. On a scale of 1 to 10, Smitty, what's your reaction to Jalen Hurts?
I'm gonna give him a 9. I like what he did with the offense. I like that he was able to move the ball, but my argument is my argument. I'm gonna stand on it. You know what I'm saying? So when you just gotta make, better plays with that pass. You can't really attempt to make those plays because you think you got the better receiver or you think you'll get a call. You just gotta be more, in tune with what's going on.
King?
Go ahead, Smitty. You were still talking.
No, I wasn't talking. You good. It should go.
So I'm giving Jalen Hurts an 8 because Jalen Hurts did miss some plays. It was some like the wide open of Quez Walker. It's not the time when he was in the end zone, but that route where as though he was wide open and he overthrew him. He overshot him. I give him a strong 8 because of the way he was able to utilize his legs. Don't like him carrying the ball 15 times, but definitely don't like the design runs. But I understand why they did it like that because scrambling quarterbacks against that Rams defense, man, they have a blast with them. So I already know that we were going to go into doing that. I already know that we was going to try to get AJ Brown. I didn't want that to happen. I said that on my pregame show that get AJ Brown going because he was going against Witherspoon once again, and that's why I was like, I don't want that to happen. He got a call. Jalen Hurts did get a call, a pass interference call on AJ Brown on the left hand side, the right hand side. Didn't work out so much. He tried to underthrow it and try to get that call again, and it didn't happen. AJ Brown didn't even have a play on the ball, and Witherspoon made a great play. I felt like that was forced. This is why Nick Sirianni was on the sideline pissed off at him. Like why would you make that play? You had other options, and I felt like that he needs to do better of giving everybody their just due, but not forcing it just because somebody wants the ball. If that makes sense. If somebody's open, pass them the ball. Pass them the ball. Do not sit up there and just force feed one person. I'm on record saying that. But like I said, that's the way it actually came down. Like we wanted Dallas Goedert to get the ball. If Dallas Goedert going to have a good game, Brian Johnson got to make sure that everybody else get involved at the end of the day. But Dallas Goedert had his 100 yards. He had great blocking. He had a good all around game. I wish Smitty would have got the ball. That's my guy. But at the same time, everybody can't get the ball. And I'll say the next game might be on Smitty. It might be Smitty's game. AJ Brown can have 3 targets. But right now, I think as I stand, I think Jalen Hurts deserves an 8 for his play.
I'm with you. I'm with an 8 as well. He played his best game. He just missed a couple of people. That interception, gotta be better than that. All in all, it was his best game. Now let's get to the playmakers. First, the running backs. Jalen Hurts had 15 carries for 72 yards and a touchdown. DeAndre Swift, 17 carries for 70 yards. Kenneth Gainwell, 7 carries for 17 yards. So, Smitty, on a scale of 1 to 10, the running backs.
I don't know. I give him like a 9.5. I mean, they didn't really do nothing wrong. I can't really find no faults in what happened in the football game. They got their plays when they got the ball. So Jalen Hurts was able to escape. So if he a part of the rushing attack, also, yeah, I go with like a 9.5.
King?
This Jalen Hurts was a part of it. I'll go with an 8 because, like I said, I just said that he shouldn't have those 15 carries. It was too many design runs for him. Number one, number two, the 2 running backs that we do have, they equaled up to 24 carries. That's unacceptable, especially when you're trying to win a ball game on the road. And yes, you utilize the clock with the run, but at the same time, you use your quarterback to do it. There's no reason why the most explosive runs that we had today was from Jalen Hurts. You gotta get these guys going. You tried to utilize the run to stop a guy like Aaron Donald, and then they pass rush. So why not just keep giving it to Swift? Swift did have 70 yards. He averaged 4.1 yards per carry, but on plays where I felt like he should have got the ball, i.e., when we did the design run towards the end of the game instead of running the rock. We should have just ran the ball. Why do a design run there? It was just bad play calling after bad play calling, and it's just consistent week in and week out, and we need to fix that. So, but overall, I think that it's an 8 because Jalen Hurts should not have more carries than our second running back. He should.
Yeah, I'm with you. I give the running backs an 8 as well because DeAndre Swift and Jalen Hurts are the only two that carry the ball more. So I'm with you on that. Wide receivers and Dallas Goedert. A.J. Brown, 6 receiving for 127 yards. Dallas Goedert, 8 receiving for 117 yards and a touchdown. Smitty has 1 receiving for 6 yards. DeAndre Swift has 6 receiving for 38 yards. So on a scale of 1 to 10, Smitty, the wide receivers, and Dallas Goedert.
Well, since there's only 2 people to grade on this list, I'm gonna go with a 7.5. I mean, AJ Brown obviously get a 10. Dallas got to get a 10. The distribution is, pretty much there. I'm gonna go with like a 8, 8.5. They did their job.
King?
I'll go with I'm gonna go with an 8, only because I like for it to be evenly matched. Everybody gets they just do. But at the same time, sometimes game plans don't roll that way. I'm happy for AJ, happy for Dallas, especially Dallas getting his just due. And I already knew that he was going to cook because the Rams give up a lot of yards to tight ends anyway. They don't really care about that. They more so worry about the outside and then also the pass rush. But not to give one of your captains involved a little bit more. It didn't even have to be deep routes. You take what the defense giving you and do slants, do in and out routes, do routes where he comes back. You do those type of routes, and Devontae Smith just looked like he was like not being seen. And that's why I gave that score to Jalen Hurts, because I felt like that he wasn't surveying the whole field. I think he only was doing like 2 reads, and that was it. He had time in the pocket to survey the field. So, that's some things that Brian Johnson and him has to work on. But I do give the whole wide receiver a strong 8.
I'm with you. I give the wide receivers an 8. A.J. Brown did his thing. Dallas Goedert did his thing. We're starting to give the running backs their just due. So salute to the offense for that. Now let's go ahead and get. Let's go ahead and get to the defense side of the ball. While I get the numbers, Smitty, on a scale of 1 to 10, how was the defense? While I get the numbers.
It was pretty. I mean, it was all right in the second half, but the first half they were horrible. I mean, we couldn't stop a nosebleed. 1 to 10 for the whole game, probably 7.5. I mean, I don't even think you let a dude come back from a hamstring injury and pretty much gas you the first 2 possessions. Then you finally stop him in the second half. But I mean, you had let them put up points at that point. They were pretty much in the driver's seat. If you stopped them at least one of those drives, we win this game convincingly. You couldn't stop nothing. You had to go in and adjust. I mean, I respect the adjustment, like I said before, but that was bad, bro. There's no way that man should come off and kill us like that. You knew what it was going to run, and then he ran the same play over and over again until we just was like, all right, we're going to put somebody in the middle of the field. Everybody in the world knows the middle of the field was our weakness coming into this game. You should automatically have somebody in the middle of the field. He scored 2 touchdowns, Eagles fan. 1 rushing, 1 passing.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Smitty, finish up.
No, it's DB can go.
Yeah, go ahead, King. Yep.
I'm gonna give the defense, since they did adjust in the second half. First half was horrific, but I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna give them a 7.5 also. Give them a 7.5 just because of the 4 sacks by Jalen Carter and Hassan Reddick, who closed it out, like I said earlier. But also, the first half was horrific, man. That secondary needs an answer. They really need an answer, man. We go against, like me and Cool Cat was just talking about off camera. We go against the Dolphins, bro. We're going against the Dolphins, a secondary like that.
Not just the Dolphins, because we talked about this while we was backstage. It ain't just the Dolphins. The two teams that's gonna be facing in a few minutes, we gotta deal with them, along with the Chiefs and the Bills. So it ain't just the Dolphins.
Yeah, but the Dolphins more run more of that scheme that get them open in the middle of the field. Like Brandon Ayuk more of an outside.
Right.
The Dolphins more of that middle of the field. They're gonna run Waddle. They're gonna run that new dude. Who they just got? Chase Claypool, Tyreek Hill. All of them gonna be in the middle of the field.
Right, and then that's what I'm saying. That it's a quick offense as well, and we don't do well with them, especially Slay and Bradbury, slow asses. They was getting on my damn nerves in the first half. The first half, like I said, Slay got caught holding Cooper Kupp, and he still made the play. Got killed for 35, 38 yards, and then Puka Nacua basically cooked as a rookie. Cooked Bradbury. And it wasn't on nobody. It wasn't play calling. You can't blame that on Sean Desai. You got a favorable matchup, and he got cooked.
I don't know, DV. I don't think I would ever put Bradbury one-on-one with anybody.
You got to put your best guys, regardless of how they are. You got to put your best guys.
I'd have been like, Justin, no matter what they do, help Bradbury, please.
Right, and that wasn't good because I looked at the replay and I'm like, yo, Justin Evans was like all the way to the left.
He's supposed to have been there.
Yeah.
He got caught looking at Kupp.
I gotta blame Bradbury, dog. Look, as Howie Roseman, not me, but as Howie Roseman, I'm looking like, yo, I paid this dude to make those type of plays, those pass breakups, and he couldn't even keep up with this rookie.
Before I blame him, right, I'm gonna go back and watch the All-22, and I'm gonna see if Evans was supposed to be there. That's all I'm gonna say. If he wasn't supposed to be there, then that's on Bradbury. You knew you was one-on-one.
I think it's on Bradbury. Period. That's.
I gotta look though. I never jump to conclusions because if he's supposed to have safety help and he played a trail technique with somebody over the top, then he played it right. Then Justin Evans, which I don't like anyways, wasn't there.
Right,
because he's been cooked multiple times, as DV has pointed out to me.
Did we see? Excuse me. Did we see Edmonds at all this game?
Not that I remember.
No.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing Edmonds. But that defense, man, like I said, 7.5 because we did come alive in the second half, and he made the right adjustments, and Roby was a big help, man. It was one play I could think of on the top of my head, whereas though they was trying to confuse the defense, and Roby was they were supposed to confuse Roby.
He went with Kupp and made him run a different route.
Exactly, and he went with Kupp instead of staying on Puka, and basically made him run a different route, and he overthrew him. He overshot it.
Yeah.
And
he was supposed to run it deeper. He's supposed to run it. He's supposed to run like that double outside deeper. But since Roby was right in his way, he cut it in short. And
right.
I was like, "Whoo!" Roby was there. I didn't even know. I seen Roby in the game. I was like, "Oh shit!" I think he was going to play.
Roby got in the first half. Now, my question about Sean Desai was like, okay, we elevated Roby there. I know you got to get him into the game speed and then seeing what kind of scheme that we doing because you elevated him to play the game, right? But my question is like, why go with Mario Goodrich to start?
I don't think he was 100% safe, but then I think he said, I'm not going to keep getting cooked. Let me put my best man on the field.
Right, because they had him, then they had Ricks.
They played Joe. They played all four of them boys.
They was rotating, and then they was like, you know what, Roby had the best situations with these boys, and I think that once they made the adjustment in the second half, all that got quiet. It got real quiet to the point where now we got 8-minute drives, and they offense is on. Now they got cold. So I think that helped a lot too. That's why I'm saying this is the overall.
Did you hear the announcer say it?
What?
He was like, I think because they pan to like Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford like sitting on the sideline looking like, damn, when we gonna get back on the field? And he was like, as a coach at Sean McVay, you should figure out how many possessions you could get and try to score a little faster because if you haven't paid attention since the first half, the Eagles aren't giving you many chances to get on the field. Like, and he didn't. He still was trying to play our game. Like, we want you to take 6-minute drives. We want you to. Because when we get the ball back, we're going 8 minutes. That's a whole quarter right there.
Basically half a quarter, if that. And on
I'm
top
saying,
of
like,
that,
if they go 6 and we
quarter.
go 8, that's a quarter.
Yeah, it's a quarter. Yeah. So basically, we controlled the game from start to finish. I don't want to keep bashing the Eagles. I think that I think this was like one of the best all around coaching games. Just because we held the boys to 14.
Actually,
No.
let's go ahead.
No, I'm just saying it is because we held the boys to 14 points.
Right. And I'll give them, because we're about to go to coaching next. Well, I'll give the defense an 8 as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue your talk about the coaching, King. On a scale of 1 to 10, how did they do?
So, it wasn't looking good at first, man. And then also, I got my nitpicks, things I nitpicked with, Brian Johnson, the 2 for 5 in the red zone. Those play calls were like horrific. It was like the first 2, I'm like, all right, they did the brotherly shove. And then, we got a touchdown, passing touchdown to Dallas Goedert. So I'm like, all right, we good. And then like the last, I think 3 was like, yo, like, what are we doing? It was horrific. But overall, I think that, it was just good play calling by Brian Johnson besides the red zone. Showing the size, first half was like, throw that away. Whatever you did there, throw it away. I don't want to see that type of play calling ever again. You got it, like Smitty said, you got a guy that just came off of IR and he sit up there cookie for over 100 yards. Like, that shouldn't happen. A rookie in Puka Nacua with 2 vets on the outside, they shouldn't be getting cooked. It happened. The middle of the field, Nicholas Morrow, man, he pissed me off. He could have had an interception, and he could have had a fumble recovery, and he couldn't even steal candy from a baby, bro. Like, he couldn't even recover the fumble, man. So overall, man, I think the coaching staff, if I had to put a number on it, I'm going to strong 7. Strong
Go
7.
ahead, Smitty.
Coaching. Interesting, because like it's hard because like the first half for the offense looked fire. Second half of offense didn't look so great in the red zone. We could get as many yards as you want. If it ain't putting 7 on the board and we steady having to use Jake Elliott, I mean, that's not an ideal situation. I ain't gonna even comment on Nicholas Morrow. I ain't gonna do it. I'm just gonna listen. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna wait. And when they put Nakobe Dean back on the field and Nicholas Morrow go back to the bench, I'm just gonna be sitting here because I think he's a serviceable linebacker. I like him coming in, but Zach Cunningham to me is really making plays out there. Like he was blowing some things up. He's not top of the tackle sheet or whatever. But a lot of those big third down plays when they try to do bullshit on us with the screen game, he was there. He was sending people back inside. He made a few good plays. But as far as like coaching go, I'm probably gonna go with DV on this one. I'm gonna give him 7 1/4. Give him 7 1/4.
Yeah, and I'm saying I'll give him a 7 as well. I'll give him a 7. But yeah. Guys, as much as we would love to stay, it's Sunday night, which means there's a big game coming on. So we're going to wrap it up right here, and we're going to get ready for Birds of Broad Street tomorrow. So for King DV, Smitty, and your boy, we'll see you guys tomorrow on BOBS. Peace.